Narcissists like to use black magic. They like to perform necromancy, which is, they have these seeds, they're called Japanese cremation seeds. They sell them on the internet. And they put them in your food or your coffee, or in my case, they took apart men's vitamin capsules and put some in there and handed them to my boyfriend. This was about last year. And gave them to my boyfriend, and he came in the room and said, I don't know, for some reason Tom gave me these, but they're men's vitamins. See, now the universe was looking out for me, because when he said they were men's vitamins, I didn't take them. So they got thrown in a bag with phone chargers. About 6 months later, when that guy Tom was going crazy in the house before he had passed away, I was downstairs, and it's really, really amazing how God will put you in situations and have people say things to you so that you can put the pieces together later on. And when he was going crazy, and I thought, I don't know if he was on meth or bath salts or whatever, but now I feel like it was a combination of that and this, because he opened up this thing that had a few pills in it, and one of them looked just like the vitamins that my boyfriend had upstairs. And he said, these right here, Mikey told me, that's his son, he told me they're for sleep. And I was like, they don't look like anything I've ever taken for sleep. They look like, those ginseng capsules or whatever. But Tom was really naive, and he trusted his son, to his detriment, because he's dead now, unfortunately. Rest in peace. But about a little while after that, I found these capsules looking for a phone charger, and I dumped them on the floor, and I noticed that some of them were darker than others. So, and some of them, the seal that holds them together was broken off. You could tell they were taken apart and put back together again. So I'm guessing that this was attempted to be done on my boyfriend and myself. And what it does is it makes you crazy. It gives you nightmares. You lose your mind. It's like calling on dead spirits to drive you nuts. And it's exactly what I saw his father do. And I feel like what they do is they make you suicidal. And I feel like what they do is they prey on people who don't speak to their family and who have drug problems, like how I did in the beginning. And then they do this magic on you, and you start to lose your mind, and your family thinks that you're nuts. They don't want nothing to do with you. And then ultimately you wind up committing suicide, and they have a life insurance policy out on you because they know somebody who works for a life insurance agency and can do shit on the down low. So this man passed away. I called the police department and told them about these things before this man passed away, because I didn't put all this together till afterward. They didn't want to hear it. I even told them when they came to take his body out of the room next to me, I showed them, and they took some of them. But I didn't think that they actually did anything with them until this dude, Mike's mother, came into my room and told me that they were investigating Tom's death because they found something in his toxicology report. So it made me realize that this is just how sick these people are. This dude got involved with this no good chick who obviously did this before. Now, I don't know, she had just recently gotten some kind of life insurance for her grandfather or something, I think. And I'm starting to see that this is like a pattern, that this is like something that she just does, and there's people out there that do this because, when you're an addict, see, I wasn't supposed to get sober. I went against all the odds, and I wasn't supposed to get sober. And I could tell they were doing black magic on me and everything like that. And I feel like she even did fertility spells, because she asked me about my menstrual cycle a few times. And then I actually miscarried in the bedroom one night. And I had a dream that basically gave me information that shocked me. It's crazy the information you can get from your dreams if you fast. They become more clear. And I just, for some reason, stopped putting, and I'm sorry if this is vulgar, I stopped putting my tampons in the trash in the bathroom. And I started just taking them out to a totally different trash thing, a dumpster up the street. And it literally, it changed things. I wasn't as much in pain, and my fibroids weren't so bad. And it slowly, gradually started to go away. Even months later, it was so bad. But it seemed like after this girl came around, it got really, really bad. Like, I honestly thought I was going to die every month. I honestly didn't know how I was still living. I'm not going to get into detail, but I'm sure you know what I'm saying. And I don't trust doctors. So I just didn't do anything. But then I started putting all this together because I got sober, and I started just learning about all of this stuff and certain foods that she would cook. I learned that she was putting menstrual blood and urine and shit in people's food. It's a way to, they do these spells, like feel bad for me spells, and confrontation and isolation spells to isolate you from your friends and family. And the ultimate goal is to take your life, because they have a plan. And at the beginning, this sounded crazy to me. But now they're getting caught up. They're getting caught up for the death of his father. And I honestly feel like the untimely death of his grandmother that happened in a home for older people had something to do with this as well. It just seems like two people in their family passed away very close to each other, and then I started seeing life insurance mail coming in, and it just hit me. You know, so my aunt used to do Wicca, she said, but then I helped her move. You know, she's a narcissist, she's a sociopath. Her eyes turn black, she foams at the mouth when she gets mad. She's up one second, she's down another. She does meth, she drinks, she's tripolar, she's on medication that she's not taking her prescribed medication, but she's taking, you know, opiates and snorting meth. And for some reason, you know, these people can manipulate the family to always take care of them with their mental disorder. And she attempted suicide 4 times, you know, for attention, And what happens is the family will feel bad, and instead of actually helping them and going to them and giving them tough love, they just keep giving them a roof over their head and paying their bills. And it's almost like they want them to take themselves out and eventually succeed, just to get them off their backs. But see, when God knows you're doing that, he makes this person drain you. When he knows your intent, he knows your heart. He knows you're supposed to be helping this person in a different way. You're not supposed to be just babying them and giving them everything that they want because you don't want to hear it, like one of your kids that, you know, you just give them any kind of junk food that they want just to keep them quiet. It's the same result. You're going to create a monster, because then when you can't give them something, then it's like, you know, shit's hitting the fan. So I was helping my aunt move one time, and I opened up this box I guess I wasn't supposed to open. There were books about curses and spells, and there was a voodoo doll in this box. Real shit. There was a mini voodoo doll. There were baggies with hair, people's hair, and I think fingernail clippings. There was something else that there was in a bag that just, I was shocked. And I saw a picture of my mother and my sister. Not me, just my mother and my sister. Now, I've had conflict with my mother and my sister my whole entire life and couldn't figure out why. I made mistakes, but I didn't make the kind of mistakes that they would just turn their backs on me, you know. So, you know, again, I put 2 and 2 together and I get 4. For some reason, she was weaseling her way into my sister's life, my mom's life, being all sweet and everything, talking about me to them, then talking about them to me. You know, your typical troublemaker. Narcissists are troublemakers. They like to create trouble between other people so that they look like the hero. They look like the savior. My aunt's the kind of person where she'll bail you out of something just to kick you right when you walk away. You know, she'll hug you and then stab you in the back while she's hugging you. It's crazy. So this is why I had to walk away from my family. I mean, this is just a little bit of the shit that I went through, but I'm not doing a boo-hoo thing on my family. I just wanted to let you know a lot of people who claim to be like white witches and do Wicca and everything like that, no. She specifically told me that she made a voodoo doll for her ex-boyfriend Joey. So I know her and I have had a problem since I was younger. She just was very jealous and envious of me. And it finally came out when I kind of pushed her to have an argument with me. And she yelled, because I don't fucking like you. And that was that, and I had it recorded on my phone because this is what you have to do, because when I told people she said this before, they didn't believe me. She actually sent me a text on my birthday telling me that she hopes that I drive the car that she gave me into the Delaware River, and that for me to stick God up my ass sideways, and that she hoped that that was my last birthday. These people have literally turned their backs on me and have been in this person's life since. So like attracts like. So I had to look at it like this. That's what you're attracting. That she's just like you. You guys must be off your fucking rocker too. And I must be a little too sane and clear-headed to even be in your presence, because the law of attraction comes into play at some point. And when people start falling off into your life, when you start changing yours, it's because you just don't have anything in common anymore. Like literally, when you put the law of attraction into situations, they make more sense. So it's crazy the shit that these people will get into to manipulate money out of people. A lot of them are actually murderers. And because they may have not done it and pulled a gun or a knife on somebody, because they do it with this magic, or they pay someone else to do it, they don't feel like it's murder because they're so demented in their brain. Not all narcissists are like this. But the dangerous ones are the ones that I'm talking about, because I want you to be aware of some of the people that you're around and how good they are at hiding their sociopath side. It's literally jaw-dropping to me when I realize some of the people that I even slept in the same house with that is coming out about these people now and the things that they've done. Even 10 years ago, 12 years ago, things are coming up from the surface that they thought that they got away with. It's crazy. So look at some videos on YouTube about this, about narcissism and black magic, curses, hexes. It's pretty sick and demented, I didn't even know anything about black magic. I knew of it, but I honestly didn't think that it was a lot of people on this planet were getting things and creating problems. I didn't realize it was going on around me so much. It's just not something that people talk about, obviously, because it's a weak and punk-ass way to get what you want temporarily. But, I just like to speak briefly on these things because I like to cover a lot of information, so I don't really like to stay on something for too long. But do yourselves a solid and start researching some of the stuff that I'm telling you, and you're going to realize just how many of these situations may have been in your life. That's it. I'm out. Mic is officially dropped today. Love you guys.